Hey guys, what's going on? Sowerz here, and today I'm bringing you an i49 event preview. The event is this weekend of this upload of this video, so I thought I'd do a preview like I usually do. Just kind of summarising my thoughts on how I think the event will go and kind of giving you an insight into the teams that are going. Maybe a bit of information that you don't know already about the event, but in the meantime, the gameplay in the background is from an 8's lobby with top Call of Duty players that you will recognise. Hopefully I will have a team sorted after i-series and I can get some different content onto the channel like team listenings, that kind of thing. As obviously I haven't been able to do that of recent. Obviously that video I did recently, that was a new series, it seems to have gone down really well with most of you who are quite regular watchers. So I'm going to keep doing that series and see how it goes. And yeah, I got a lot of good feedback from that. So I appreciate everybody who messaged me back saying it was good and they enjoyed it. Anyway guys, let's get straight into this i49. A lot of people might not know what it is because it's not really the main staple event in the Call of Duty scene, like maybe an EGL is. But i-series, in my opinion, is one of the best events, if not the best event in the in terms of, well, one of the best events I've ever been to. I was going to say it was the best event, but I'd say G49 is right about now. But up until G49 came around, it was definitely the best event I had ever been to. And just in general, there's so much to do at these events. It's such a big event. So if any of you guys were thinking of going, I'd recommend you go. I did actually think of going, but it's turned out that I won't be able to go now, which is unfortunate, but that's the way it is. I kind of left it a bit too late to book things off and stuff. But yeah, they have really, really good events, and I think anybody who goes to them, you know, will always say there's a lot to do there, and they really are unique events in terms of what they offer. And I guess that's the kind of thing that EGL's kind of striving to be, but I think they're a long, long way off the standard of i-series. I think they're a class event, and the summer one is definitely a really big one, and kind of a shame I missed out on it. But anyway, enough about the event. It is going to be 16 teams at this event, which for Call of Duty is a bit of a shame, I think. I mean, 16's a decent number, but let's be honest, you know, for the size of the UK scene now, that's not a good attendance figure. But that being said, i-series kind of is seen as a side event in a way, and whether that will change in the future, I don't know. Maybe i-series, you know, maybe they need to do something different to kind of really take the mantle of being the top, you know, one of the top open events there is. I'd say it probably is, in terms of the open events, the best open event you can attend right now as a Call of Duty team, in terms of the whole experience. But that's a shame, but it's 1.5k prize money-ish, so I've led to believe, between the 16 teams. Obviously the top 3 or 5 will get the money there. And the teams that are going, there's only 4 real teams that I'm going to discuss, because really there's only 4 teams that I've noticed in the team sheet that are known teams. And these teams are Prophecy, Epsilon, TCM and Tech, so 4 names that most people will know. Prophecy is not the same lineup as EGL, as most people will know. Basically Prophecy lost Jared to Epsilon, so Prophecy are using Josh from Infused as a pickup for this event, and I think they're going to this event with 1 night's practice, if I'm correct. Maybe no night's practice, I'm not sure, but yeah, so they're not really going in as prepared as they might have wanted to, but I think that was because of the Gamescom thing that Prophecy went to. And I think it's a similar story with Epsilon as well. But yeah, Josh will be picking up from the Infused team. Infused are not at the event. I'm not sure exactly why. I think 1 or 2 of the players couldn't make it. So Prophecy are using Josh as a pickup. Now, I think this is definitely a pickup that's going to help them as a team, because Josh and Madcat, I think together, I think they get on really well. But not just that, but I think the chemistry in game between them two has definitely always worked. When I played against them, when I was playing for Epsilon at EGL, and we played them in the loser bracket final, I think it was. And yeah, them two together, just when they get really hyped, they're a good team. They're a force to be reckoned with, let's put it that way. But I think that Josh will definitely help them out in terms of motivation and getting the heads up, which I think they kind of lacked at EGL. So I think, you know, as much as the practice side of things are going to affect Prophecy, I think they're going to do decent this event. I've got a good feeling. I mean, if they don't come top 2, they wouldn't really be happy. I think if they came 3rd, they could say, look, we didn't practice and yeah, Josh is a pickup. But I mean, you got to look around them. Epsilon, they have barely played as well. They've played a few nights maybe, but they've been at Gamescom as well, 2 of their players. So really, it's a similar story with Epsilon, and they will be looking to beat them. There's no doubt about it. You know, those players won't be ever going to an event thinking, all right, well, if we lose to this team, fair enough. I think they'll be going into it wanting to win, but anything outside top 2, I don't think Prophecy will be happy. Then I'm going to talk about Epsilon right now. So Epsilon are a new team as well. Essentially, they've basically got Jared back, and instead of Madcat, it is Swanee as their 4th player. So a really similar player in terms of the role he plays, but Swanee, obviously coming from Prophecy, he'll be playing against Prophecy possibly at this event. which will be a big match for him, so that's definitely going to be a really interesting one. And I think there's going to be some really, even though there's only 16 teams, some really good matches to watch here this event. Some of the top teams going, and some good rivalries there. I think Swanee's definitely got a point to prove if he plays Prophecy, and I think he'll want to kind of obviously destroy them as much as he can. But but yeah, I'm going to kind of drop my thoughts on how I think they'll do with Swanee. I think they should win this event. I'm going to talk my predictions in a bit, but I think Swanee is a top player. He always has been. And I think that with these 3 SMGs, it's going to give him a lot of free time to do a lot more things than what he could on Prophecy. I think Jared, Zanny and Shane have got really good chemistry in game. I think they'll be going into expecting first place, and I think everybody is expecting them to win it as well. I think anything less than that, they will not be happy with that. And whatever reason they wouldn't come first, I don't know. Maybe lack of practice, they might say. But as a free, Jared, Shane and Zanny have played together quite a lot. And that's the main thing, you know, those are the 3 players that really need the good chemistry and teamwork. Swanee will be kind of working by himself, really, kind of like Mad Cat did. So, yeah, I mean, Epsilon, really, they'll be looking to take first place, no doubt about it, and in my opinion, are the favourites going into this tournament. TCM are another team. Obviously, these have been together for a long time. I kind of talked about them in my other commentaries about the EGL one. And, you know, you kind of might think that I'm ruling them out, but I think they definitely have got a really good chance as well. I think what I've learned over this game is that you really cannot predict anything. My predictions have been terrible on this game, if any of you guys go back and watch my commentaries. But yeah, I think TCM have got a really good chance of winning. I think every team here has got a really good chance of winning, kind of like EGL. And look at what happened at EGL. There were so many shocks left, right, centre. So yeah, I mean, TCM, they'll be looking to definitely get top 2, I think, after a poor EGL. And from talking to the players, yeah, they definitely want to go into this and win it. From what I've been hearing from them, and realistically, they can. You know, I think they are the most overall team. Like they've got every game type they're pretty solid at. I think from what I've seen, Hardpoint's probably the one which is their weakest. They seem to slip up on now and again, but S&D, they're a really strong team in CTF. So TCM, I think, are a team that have got a really good chance of coming back in games because they're just such a solid all-round team. They just need to finish off games when they're ahead, and I think they've got a really good chance of winning. Whether against Epsilon they'll just get overpowered out, from the slaying power that they have, I'm not sure, but it's kind of a really hard one to call. But you'll see my predictions in a bit, what I'm going to guess. But TCM have definitely got a chance of winning this event, there's no doubt about it. And I think anything outside the top 2, once again, they won't be happy with that. Now, the 4th team that I want to talk about, which is kind of the outsider for this event, but also a contender, is Tech. And I did predict in the last video that I did that Tech would come top 3, and that didn't go down very well because they came top 12, which they were very happy with. And I kind of said I think they'll probably make a change, and they did. Basically, Legend has left the team for whatever reason. I don't know what it was. I think it was just due to the balance of the team they were talking about. Nothing to do with Legend as a player. I've seen Legend, he's seen my brother before, and I know he's a capable player. But they've picked up Crazy, who I think is a bit more of is a less objective-minded player. He's more of a kind of a slayer, from what I understand. So maybe that was something that they kind of needed. Who's going to play the more objective role, I'm not sure, but we'll see. I mean, Tech definitely are the outsiders, and in my opinion will place 4th outside of the top 3, unless I'm missing teams here, missing 1 or 2 teams that I haven't seen in the sheet. But I definitely think they'll be the outsiding team. But at the same time, on this game, you can never take a team lightly, and they could cause a shock if they have a good event. If they all wake up and have the Weetabix or whatever, they might have a good event. Maybe definitely not that. But but yeah, they might have a good event. Who knows? It's one of those things, Call of Duty. On the day, you could just turn up and play really well. And I think if Tech do that, they've got a chance of causing an upset. I don't think they'll win the event, but they've got a chance of causing an upset, no doubt about it. So yeah, I mean, that's the 4 teams really, guys. So this video's coming towards the end. I'm going to kind of drop my predictions. First place, I think, will be Epsilon. I think that if they don't come first, everybody will be pretty stunned. Kind of similar to the old Epsilon team, everybody expecting them to come first. Prophecy second. I think that with Josh, even though they'll have a lack of practice, he'll bring the energy that they kind of lacked at EGL. I think TCM third place. I think that they'll struggle against the likes of Epsilon. Prophecy, I think Prophecy and TCM, the second and third place, is really like kind of a toss-up, really. It's going to go either way. And then I think Tech 4th. So, yeah, there is a lack of teams at this event, guys, but definitely going to be some really, really good matches to watch. This is like 3 of the top teams in Europe going to this event, so there's no doubt that the competition at this event is tough, and this event is definitely worth the bragging rights of winning the event. So should be a really good event. I will tweet the link out, or maybe put it in the description of this video for the stream. I believe it is not on Twitch. I think it's on YouTube, which is youtube.com/the-WGL or youtube.com/WGL TV. So it's either one of them two. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. I will be doing lots more content from next week as well. I'll be doing a review of this event. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Please drop it a like, and I'll see you next time.